After a disappointing home opener to the 2015 season, the Governors take the show on the road for the first time this weekend, heading to Hattiesburg, Mississippi to take on the Golden Eagles of Southern Miss. Coach Kirby Cannon joining you here on Let'sGoP.com. And, Coach, let's close the book on last week. Disappointment in the loss against Mercer. A lot of injuries in the offensive line caused you to do some shuffling, may have affected the running game, but I think the defense gave you what you wanted. Just talk a little bit and close the book on Mercer.
I think typically on a defensive day, you're just trying to get yourself into the fourth quarter with a chance to win. I mean, in today's football, with the idea that 35-31's what the referees want, what the fans want, and some of that, I think defense nowadays has some disadvantages. But I thought they did a nice job of putting us into a position where we could have won in the fourth quarter. So very happy with the D.
And we'll ask a lot of that defense again this weekend, headed down to see a program that has kind of mirrored what Austin Peay has done. 2 years ago, they went winless, slowly working their way back, rebuilding that program, that Southern Miss tradition. They've got a three-headed running back monster this defense will have to deal with Saturday afternoon as well.
Sure, and fresh backs are always a problem. You wear down slightly on the defense, and they just keep bringing in fresh legs and fresh, decision makers. And what we're going to do is just try to, put ourselves in a position where we can, allow some run yardage, but not anything big. Try to frustrate them a little bit with some line movement and some things that, could create some negative yardage for us. And we're going to need to make plays. We're going to need to get turnovers. We're going to need to, put ourselves in a great position or two on the offensive side of the ball, and the defense has to step up and get that done.
How refocused this week have you been with that running game? Had to shuffle some on the offensive line this week heading into Saturday's contest. Have you put more emphasis there with your coaching staff and with this offensive unit?
I think just continuing to want to spread the ball around, and take pressure off the offensive line by as many times as possible not being in obvious must-throw-it situations. I think that's really where, the seams might come apart a little bit on young kids is if the defense can just pin their ears back and come after you. So, the running game needs to get us first downs. It needs to get us in a position to where, we always have that run or pass option. And if we do that, then we're going to move the football.
Going to be able to move the football Saturday against Southern Miss. Give me one key. I know you're going to talk about moving the football, but give me a key on defense that we're going to have to do to stop this Golden Eagle offense.
I think just take away their base lead zone. If we can do that and make them have to pull some offensive linemen and do some different things in their run game, or maybe force them to have to use the quarterback as a possible ball carrier, then we're on our way to having a good defensive day.
Can hear all the action right here on Let'sGoP.com, streaming from the Governor Sports Network. Austin Peay and Southern Miss kick off at 2:30 Saturday afternoon. For Let'sGoP.com, I'm Brian Rives saying, Let's Go Peay.